Have you ever wondered why some of the smartest and most accomplished individuals seem to enjoy solitude? It's not because they dislike people or think they're better than everyone else. It's often because they've discovered the hidden power of being alone. Solitude isn't about isolation. It's about intentional disconnection to focus on clarity, creativity, and personal growth. Today, we're going to explore 7 reasons why intelligent people value alone time, drawing insights from Stoicism, Taoism, and other great philosophies. We'll dive into stories of historical figures who thrived in solitude and how you can apply these lessons to your own life. Let's get started. Now, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button. Only 15% of my audience is currently subscribed, so if these insights resonate with you, I'd love for you to join our community and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. 1. They value clarity and reflection. Let's begin with the first reason: clarity. For smart people, solitude isn't just a break from the noise of the world. It's an opportunity to reflect and recalibrate. Think about your own life. When was the last time you had a moment of pure silence, free from distractions? In those rare moments, your mind finally has the space to breathe and untangle itself. This concept is deeply rooted in Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, was one of the most powerful men of his time. Yet, he often wrote about seeking quiet moments for reflection in his personal journal, Meditations. He would ask himself questions like, "What is truly important?" or "Am I living according to my values?" His journal wasn't meant for anyone else. It was his way of clearing mental clutter and gaining clarity. Modern science backs this up. Research shows that regular reflection improves decision-making, emotional resilience, and even creativity. When you're alone, you can sift through your thoughts and emotions without the interference of outside opinions. This clarity helps you see what truly matters, allowing you to make better decisions. Take Leonardo da Vinci as an example. Known for his boundless creativity, Da Vinci often retreated into solitude to think and sketch. He didn't rely on constant stimulation. Instead, he embraced silence to let his mind wander freely. His greatest ideas, like the design of flying machines or detailed anatomical studies, were born in these quiet moments. By creating space for reflection, you give yourself the gift of clarity. This doesn't have to mean hours of isolation, just a few minutes each day to ask yourself meaningful questions. What am I grateful for? What challenges am I facing? What steps can I take to align with my goals? The mind is like a pond. When you're surrounded by noise, the water is murky. Solitude is the stillness that allows the sediment to settle, revealing the clear reflection beneath. 2. They protect their energy. Another reason intelligent people prefer solitude is their understanding of energy. They recognize that energy is a finite resource, and not all interactions are worth spending it on. While some social engagements uplift and inspire, others drain your mental and emotional reserves. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, emphasized the importance of focusing on what you can control. One thing you can control is how you spend your energy. He advised against engaging with things or people that distract you from your purpose. For smart individuals, this often means saying no to unnecessary social obligations or avoiding drama-filled interactions. Take Nikola Tesla as an example. Tesla was known for his groundbreaking inventions, but he was also famously private. He avoided social gatherings, not out of disdain for others, but because he valued his energy too much to waste it on small talk or meaningless engagements. Instead, he channeled his focus into his work, bringing the world innovations like alternating current and the Tesla coil. Preserving energy isn't just about avoiding people, it's also about managing your environment. Studies have shown that constant exposure to noise, interruptions, and overstimulation can lead to fatigue and decreased productivity. Solitude provides a sanctuary where you can recharge, think deeply, and perform at your best. By being intentional with your time and energy, you create space for the things that truly matter, whether it's your career, your relationships, or your personal growth. Preserving energy ensures that you're giving your best to what's most important. Energy is like a flame. In solitude, you can shield it from the winds of distraction, allowing it to burn brighter and longer. 3. They prioritize deep work. The third reason smart people seek solitude is their commitment to deep work. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: social media notifications, emails, endless to-do lists. But the most meaningful achievements often require intense focus and uninterrupted time. Cal Newport, in his book Deep Work, describes this as the ability to concentrate on cognitively demanding tasks without distraction. He argues that deep work is increasingly rare, but also incredibly valuable in our fast-paced, shallow culture. The Stoics understood this principle long before modern psychology did. Seneca, for example, warned against the dangers of wasting time on trivialities. He believed that life's brevity made it essential to focus on what truly matters. Albert Einstein is another example. When developing his theory of relativity, Einstein worked in near isolation, devoting countless hours to mathematical equations and thought experiments. His willingness to retreat from the world and focus deeply on his work allowed him to revolutionize physics. Deep work isn't just for scientists and philosophers, it's for anyone who wants to master a skill, create something meaningful, or solve complex problems. By dedicating focused time to a single task, you not only achieve better results, but also experience a profound sense of satisfaction. Solitude is the forge where the mind sharpens its blade. Without it, the blade dulls, unable to cut through the noise of the world. 4. They crave authentic relationships. Smart people don't just want to fill their lives with people, they want to fill them with the right people. They value quality over quantity in their relationships and aren't interested in superficial connections or meaningless small talk. For them, solitude becomes a tool to filter out the noise and focus on building deeper, more meaningful bonds. Stoic philosophy has always emphasized the importance of surrounding yourself with people who align with your values. Epictetus, for example, cautioned against associating with those who could lead you astray from your principles. The key, he said, is to keep the company of those who will make you a better person. This need for authenticity extends beyond Stoicism. Think of Henry David Thoreau, who famously retreated to the woods of Walden Pond. His solitude wasn't about escaping society, but finding clarity in his relationships and ensuring the connections he maintained were rooted in mutual respect and understanding. By stepping away from constant social interaction, smart people create the space to evaluate their relationships. They ask, who genuinely adds value to my life? Who challenges me to grow? Who drains my energy without contributing anything meaningful? This introspection allows them to nurture the connections that matter and let go of the ones that don't. Taking time alone can help you distinguish between acquaintances and true friends. It allows you to focus on relationships that uplift and inspire you rather than those that bring unnecessary drama or stress. The result is a life enriched by authenticity and deeper connections. Relationships are like a garden. Solitude is the gardener's hand, pulling weeds and nurturing the flowers that truly belong. 5. They resist social expectations. One of the most liberating reasons intelligent people prefer to be left alone is their ability to resist societal pressures. They don't feel the need to conform to what everyone else is doing. They chart their own path. For them, solitude is a way to disconnect from the constant noise of cultural expectations and rediscover their personal truth. This mindset resonates deeply with the teachings of the Stoics. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of living according to reason and virtue, rather than chasing fleeting trends or trying to please others. In his meditations, he reminded himself, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Historical figures like Galileo Galilei also exemplified this principle. Despite immense pressure to conform to the Church's view of the universe, Galileo pursued the truth, even at great personal risk. His willingness to stand alone, guided by his convictions, ultimately reshaped humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Resisting social expectations doesn't mean rejecting community or tradition outright. It means living authentically. It's about questioning whether your choices reflect your values or the expectations imposed by others. Solitude gives you the courage to ask tough questions. Am I pursuing this career because it's what I want, or because it's what society expects of me? Am I buying these things because they bring me joy, or because I'm trying to impress others? By stepping back from societal pressures, you can align your life with your true priorities. Society is like a river, always rushing in one direction. Solitude is the rock that lets you stand firm and choose your own path. 6. They live with authenticity. Building on the previous point, smart people often retreat into solitude because it helps them live authentically. In a world where appearances and facades are valued, solitude provides a sanctuary for discovering who you truly are without the influence of others. This idea is beautifully captured in the Taoist philosophy of Wu Wei, or effortless action. Taoists believe that the most authentic way of living arises from a deep alignment with one's inner nature, free from external pressures. When you're alone, there's no need to wear a mask or play a role. You can simply be yourself. Take the example of Emily Dickinson. One of the greatest poets of all time, Dickinson lived much of her life in near isolation. This solitude allowed her to explore her thoughts, emotions, and creativity without the distractions of societal expectations. Her poetry, filled with raw emotion and profound insight, continues to resonate with readers today because it came from an authentic place. In solitude, you can ask yourself the big questions: who am I? What do I value? What kind of life do I want to lead? These aren't questions that can be answered in the noise of daily life. They require quiet, intentional reflection. Living authentically isn't just about being true to yourself, it's about finding peace. When your actions align with your values, you feel a sense of harmony that no amount of external validation can replicate. Authenticity is like a compass. Solitude clears the fog, allowing you to see true north. Now, some exciting news. Our channel now offers a live stream, streaming Stoic wisdom and insights around the clock. Plus, by joining our members club, you'll unlock exclusive benefits, deeper content dives, and personal insights. Join us on this journey, and let's build a meaningful life together. And I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "better" every day so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today. and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. 7. They use solitude to fuel creativity. Creativity thrives in solitude. For intelligent people, being alone isn't about isolating themselves. It's about creating the mental space to explore new ideas, solve complex problems, and innovate without distraction. Throughout history, solitude has been the breeding ground for some of humanity's greatest creative achievements. Consider Isaac Newton, who during his time away from Cambridge due to the Great Plague, developed his theory of gravity and laid the foundation for calculus. It was in the stillness of his retreat that his mind was free to roam and discover. Philosophically, this aligns with the concept of eudaimonia, or human flourishing, often discussed by Aristotle. He believed that true fulfillment comes from using your unique talents to contribute to the world. Solitude allows smart people to tap into this potential by giving them uninterrupted time to think deeply and work on meaningful projects. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are constant, solitude has become a rare commodity. Yet it's in these quiet moments, when the noise of emails, notifications, and social obligations fade away, that the mind can enter a state of flow. This is when creativity peaks, ideas connect, and solutions emerge. If you've ever felt stuck creatively, try carving out time to be alone. Turn off your phone, find a quiet space, and let your mind wander. Whether it's journaling, painting, or brainstorming, solitude can unlock a wellspring of creativity that's often buried beneath the clutter of daily life. Creativity is a deep well. Solitude is the bucket that draws its riches to the surface. 8. They build emotional resilience. Another reason smart people value solitude is its role in building emotional resilience. When you spend time alone, you're forced to confront your thoughts, feelings, and fears without distractions. This can be uncomfortable, but it's also where true growth happens. The Stoics believed that adversity is the greatest teacher. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By spending time alone, you develop the ability to regulate your emotions, face challenges with clarity, and cultivate inner strength. Nelson Mandela's 27 years of imprisonment serve as a powerful example of this principle. During his time in solitary confinement, Mandela didn't crumble under the weight of isolation. Instead, he used it to reflect, plan, and emerge as a leader with unwavering resolve. His solitude forged the emotional resilience that enabled him to change the course of history. In solitude, you learn to sit with your discomfort, to understand it rather than run from it. You build the tools to cope with life's uncertainties and develop a sense of self-reliance that makes you less dependent on external validation or support. Practicing solitude can help you manage stress and navigate difficult emotions more effectively. Instead of avoiding challenges, you'll learn to face them head-on, confident in your ability to persevere. Resilience is like a tree rooted in the earth. Solitude strengthens its roots, so it stands firm even in the fiercest storm. 9. They seek inner peace. Perhaps the most profound reason why smart people like to be left alone is their pursuit of inner peace. They recognize that happiness doesn't come from external achievements or material possessions. It comes from within. Solitude is their way of cultivating this inner harmony. The Stoics frequently emphasized the importance of ataraxia, or tranquility of the mind. Epictetus taught that peace comes from focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Solitude provides the perfect environment to practice this philosophy, free from the distractions and pressures of the outside world. Take the example of Mahatma Gandhi, who often withdrew from public life to meditate and reflect. Despite leading a massive movement for independence, Gandhi understood the importance of solitude in maintaining his clarity, balance, and purpose. His time alone wasn't selfish, it was necessary to sustain his vision and leadership. In solitude, smart people find the quiet needed to process their experiences, align their actions with their values, and recharge their spirits. It's a sacred space where they can connect with their true selves and find the clarity needed to navigate life's complexities. If you've been feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, try setting aside time each day for solitude. Use this time to meditate, journal, or simply sit in silence. You'll find that as you cultivate inner peace, the chaos of the outside world becomes easier to manage. Inner peace is a still lake. Solitude is the shelter that protects it from the winds of distraction. 10. They value deep focus for their goals. Smart people understand that focus is the currency of success. To achieve anything meaningful, whether it's mastering a skill, solving a complex problem, or creating something new, deep concentration is essential. Solitude provides the perfect environment for this level of focus. Philosophically, this aligns with the Stoic principle of directing your energy toward what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. This emphasis on action over distraction is echoed in the habits of many historical figures. Consider Albert Einstein. Known for his intense periods of focus, Einstein often worked in solitude, immersing himself in thought experiments that would reshape our understanding of the universe. His ability to block out distractions and focus deeply was key to his breakthroughs. Modern studies also support this idea. Deep work, prolonged periods of undistracted focus, has been shown to boost productivity, creativity, and learning. By choosing solitude, smart people create the mental space needed to think clearly and make progress toward their goals. If you're struggling to stay focused, try scheduling time for uninterrupted work each day. Turn off notifications, set boundaries, and dedicate yourself to one task at a time. Over time, you'll notice an increase in your productivity and a deeper sense of accomplishment. Focus is a magnifying glass. Solitude is the sunlight that helps it burn brightly. 11. They embrace self-reliance. Smart people often prefer to be left alone because solitude fosters self-reliance. When you're alone, you're forced to rely on your own skills, judgment, and resourcefulness. This independence strengthens your ability to navigate challenges and make decisions confidently. The Stoics emphasize the importance of self-reliance as a cornerstone of a fulfilling life. Epictetus taught that you should not depend on others for your happiness or sense of self-worth. Instead, he encouraged individuals to cultivate an inner strength that remains unshaken by external circumstances. This principle is evident in the life of Marie Curie, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person to win in 2 scientific fields. Much of her groundbreaking research was conducted in relative isolation, driven by her own determination and intellect. Her self-reliance allowed her to overcome significant barriers and leave a lasting legacy. Self-reliance doesn't mean rejecting help or collaboration. It means building a foundation of independence that allows you to thrive even when support isn't available. It's about trusting yourself to navigate life's complexities with resilience and confidence. To build self-reliance, start by taking small steps to solve problems independently. Set goals, make plans, and hold yourself accountable. Over time, you'll develop the confidence and competence to handle life's challenges on your own terms. Self-reliance is a lighthouse. Solitude is the rocky shore that teaches you to stand firm and shine brightly. 12. They live more intentionally. For smart people, solitude isn't just about being alone, it's about creating space to live intentionally. In a world full of distractions and demands, solitude offers the clarity needed to align actions with values and make deliberate choices. This idea is central to Stoicism, which teaches that a good life is one lived in harmony with reason and virtue. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Solitude helps smart people avoid this trap by giving them time to reflect on their priorities and ensure they're spending their energy wisely. Mahatma Gandhi is a powerful example of this principle in action. Despite leading a massive movement for independence, Gandhi regularly retreated into solitude to reflect, meditate, and ensure his actions aligned with his mission. His intentionality gave him the clarity and strength needed to lead with purpose. Living intentionally also means setting boundaries and saying no to what doesn't serve you. Solitude gives smart people the opportunity to step back, evaluate their commitments, and focus on what truly matters. If you feel pulled in too many directions, use solitude to clarify your values and goals. Write down what's most important to you and let that guide your decisions. By living intentionally, you'll find greater fulfillment and peace. Intentionality is a sculptor's chisel. Solitude is the quiet studio where masterpieces are made. In this final part, we've explored how solitude empowers smart people to focus deeply, embrace self-reliance, and live intentionally. These habits are not only pathways to success, they're also keys to living a meaningful and fulfilling life. Use solitude to focus on your most important goals, free from distractions. Embrace self-reliance by developing the skills and confidence to navigate challenges independently. Live intentionally by aligning your actions with your values and making deliberate choices. As we conclude, remember that solitude isn't about avoiding people or escaping responsibilities. It's about creating the mental and emotional space to grow, reflect, and become the best version of yourself. Life is a symphony. Solitude is the pause between notes that gives the music its beauty and meaning. Now that you've seen the 7 reasons why smart people like to be left alone, the question is, how can you apply these lessons in your own life? Whether it's finding time for deep work, reflecting on your values, or building resilience, solitude offers powerful tools for personal growth and fulfillment. Which of these practices resonates with you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights inspired by Stoicism and timeless philosophies. Together, let's create a community that values growth, wisdom, and intentional living. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. Imagine you are holding a delicate, ancient vase in your hands. Its surface is smooth and cool, a mosaic of intricate patterns representing your life. You cradle it carefully, knowing its worth. Yet over time you begin to notice hairline cracks creeping along its edges. These cracks weren't there before, and their origins are unclear. You realize that many of these fissures have been caused by unseen forces, by relationships in your life that no longer serve your inner peace. Relationships, much like gardens, require pruning. Left unattended, weeds grow, thorns pierce, and the soil hardens. By pruning the unnecessary and nurturing what remains, harmony can return. This concept is deeply rooted in the Stoic philosophy of ataraxia, inner tranquility. For the Stoics, peace is not simply the absence of noise, but the presence of alignment, balance, and virtue in one's life. Now, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to like the video and hit that subscribe button. Only 15% of my audience is currently subscribed, so if these insights resonate with you, I'd love for you to join our community and turn on the notification bell to stay updated. In this guide, we will explore 12 signs that may indicate the need to reevaluate a relationship. These signs serve as both warning lights and opportunities for growth. Using Stoic wisdom, we will delve into each, providing actionable insights to help you decide whether to repair or release these connections. Sign 1. Constant negativity clouds your mind. Picture a crystal-clear lake on a sunny day. Its waters shimmer, reflecting the world around it with perfect clarity. Now imagine relentless storms pelting the surface with rain, turning the lake murky and chaotic. A relationship that fills your mind with constant negativity is like this storm, distorting the clarity of your thoughts and disrupting your inner peace. Negativity, when persistent, drains emotional energy. It creates an environment where growth is stifled, where happiness is eclipsed by a dark cloud. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If a relationship incessantly fills your mind with anger, resentment, or despair, it becomes an obstacle to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Begin by journaling your thoughts after each significant interaction with the person in question. Document the emotions they evoke and the patterns you notice. Are these feelings predominantly negative? Does the relationship align with your core values? If not, it may be time to address these concerns openly or reevaluate the connection altogether. Reclaiming clarity doesn't mean placing blame. It means taking responsibility for your mental landscape and choosing relationships that nourish rather than erode your peace. Sign 2. You feel drained instead of uplifted. Imagine two candles standing side by side. When lit together, their flames should burn brighter, illuminating the space around them. But what if one flame dims the other instead? What if, rather than energizing you, a relationship exhausts you? Relationships should be sources of mutual support and vitality. When you leave interactions feeling emotionally drained, it is a sign of imbalance. This dynamic often occurs when the relationship is one-sided or when toxic behaviors are present. Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on what is within our control. Marcus Aurelius advises, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By assessing what you can change and accepting what you cannot, you gain clarity about whether to continue investing in this connection. Reflect on the energy dynamics in the relationship. Does this person inspire or deplete you? Consider adopting the Stoic practice of the dichotomy of control. List what you can and cannot influence within the relationship. For instance, you can control how you set boundaries, but not how the other person reacts. Walking away from relationships that consistently drain you frees emotional bandwidth for connections that uplift and inspire. Sign 3. Boundaries are constantly violated. Imagine constructing a fortress, its walls strong and steady, designed to protect your inner world. Now imagine someone repeatedly breaching those walls, ignoring your efforts to maintain safety and security. This is what it feels like when boundaries are disregarded in a relationship. Boundaries are not barriers to connection, but foundations of respect. When someone repeatedly violates your limits, be it through dishonesty, overstepping, or dismissiveness, the relationship becomes unsustainable. Stoic philosophy underscores the importance of self-mastery and personal responsibility. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Setting and upholding boundaries is an act of self-mastery. Begin by clearly identifying your boundaries. Write them down and consider why they matter to you. Then communicate them directly to the other person, ensuring your tone is calm but firm. If these boundaries continue to be ignored, reflect on whether this relationship respects your autonomy and aligns with your values. Upholding boundaries is not about conflict, it is about self-respect. Each of these signs highlights a disruption in the harmony that Stoics value so deeply. Negativity clouds the mind, draining relationships exhaust the spirit, and violated boundaries erode trust. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward reclaiming your inner peace. As we continue this journey through Stoic wisdom and self-reflection, remember that re-evaluating relationships is not an act of judgment, but of alignment. It's about pruning the unnecessary so your life, like a well-tended garden, can flourish. Sign 4. One-sided effort prevails. Picture a seesaw in a playground, tilted heavily to one side, unable to move. This is the image of a relationship where one person consistently carries the weight, while the other remains passive. One-sided effort can feel like climbing a mountain with a companion who refuses to take a single step. Healthy relationships thrive on reciprocity. When the balance of effort tilts too far in one direction, resentment and exhaustion often follow. The Stoics emphasize the virtue of balance and moderation in all things, including human connections. Reflect on the history of the relationship. Who typically initiates contact, makes sacrifices, or compromises? Journal these observations to gain clarity. If you find yourself doing most of the work, consider communicating your feelings and observing whether the other person is willing to meet you halfway. Balance is essential for a relationship to flourish. Sign 5. Resentment overshadows gratitude. Resentment is like a weed in a once thriving garden. It creeps in slowly, choking the vibrant flowers that once bloomed. In relationships, unspoken frustrations and unresolved issues can overshadow the gratitude that initially brought two people together. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Seneca wrote, "He who is not grateful for what he has will not be happy with what he receives." A lack of gratitude often signals deeper issues, perhaps unresolved conflicts or unmet expectations. Practice gratitude journaling. Reflect on the positive aspects of the relationship and express appreciation for them. Simultaneously, identify the sources of resentment and ask yourself whether they stem from temporary misunderstandings or fundamental incompatibilities. Resolving these issues often requires honest dialogue and mutual effort. Sign 6. Fear of being yourself. Imagine living in a house where every room has surveillance cameras. You censor your words, gestures, and even your thoughts, fearing judgment or rejection. A relationship that makes you afraid to be your authentic self is like this surveillance-laden house, a prison. Authenticity is central to the Stoic virtue of living in harmony with nature, which includes your true nature. When you suppress your genuine self to appease someone else, you drift further from inner peace. Begin by asserting your authentic self in small ways. Share an opinion, hobby, or emotion you've previously kept hidden. Pay attention to how the other person responds. A relationship that stifles authenticity may need to be re-evaluated, as true connections are built on mutual acceptance. Sign 7. Manipulation and control. Imagine being a puppet on strings, your movements controlled by someone else. Manipulation, whether subtle or overt, strips away autonomy and erodes trust in yourself and the other person. A relationship based on control is incompatible with the Stoic principle of self-mastery. Manipulative tactics like guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or emotional coercion are signs of an unhealthy dynamic. Epictetus reminds us, "It is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them." Recognizing manipulation is the first step in reclaiming your independence. Reflect on interactions and identify patterns where manipulation might be at play. Establish firm boundaries and clearly communicate your limits. Seek external perspectives if necessary, as manipulation can be difficult to recognize from within. Prioritize relationships where mutual respect and trust thrive. Therefore, Sign 8. Absence of shared values. Imagine two sailors steering a boat in opposite directions. No matter how much effort they exert, their journey is doomed to stagnation. Shared values are the compass that guides relationships toward harmony and growth. Without them, conflict and misunderstanding become inevitable. The Stoics emphasized aligning actions with virtue, which requires shared principles. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." Relationships flourish when both parties prioritize mutual goals and values over individual desires. Engage in deep, honest conversations about what matters most to each of you. Are your values compatible, or do they conflict at a fundamental level? While differences can enrich a relationship, irreconcilable values often lead to persistent tension. Evaluate whether alignment is possible or if the divergence is too great to bridge. Sign 9. Persistent drama and conflict. Living in perpetual chaos feels like enduring an unending storm. Relationships fraught with drama and conflict sap energy and prevent the cultivation of inner peace. Chronic turmoil indicates deeper incompatibilities or unresolved issues. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what truly matters and avoid unnecessary strife. Marcus Aurelius advises, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Prioritizing peace over conflict is a step toward a more harmonious life. Reflect on the sources of conflict in the relationship. Are they resolvable misunderstandings or indicative of deeper incompatibilities? Approach conflicts with calm and reason, but recognize when it's time to step away from the storm and seek calmer waters. Now some exciting news. Our channel now offers a members club. By joining it, you'll unlock exclusive benefits, deeper content dives, and personal insights. Join us on this journey, and let's build a meaningful life together. And I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "better every day" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Sign 10. Lack of growth and support. Imagine two trees growing side by side. One stretches tall and strong toward the sun, while the other remains stunted, struggling in its shadow. Relationships should encourage mutual growth and support. When one person thrives while the other is stifled, the imbalance becomes unsustainable. Stoic philosophy emphasizes progress and the pursuit of virtue. Seneca taught, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." The process is mutual, for men learn as they teach. Relationships should challenge us to become better versions of ourselves, not hold us back. Reflect on whether the relationship inspires personal growth or fosters complacency. Consider discussing goals, aspirations, and areas for mutual improvement. If the relationship consistently inhibits progress, it may be time to reevaluate its role in your life. Sign 11. Emotional distance or indifference. Picture a fire that once burned brightly, but now smolders with barely any warmth. Emotional distance or indifference can creep into relationships over time, signaling a lack of connection and mutual care. Without emotional intimacy, the foundation of the relationship weakens. Epictetus reminds us, "He who does not find rest in himself will never find it anywhere else." Emotional distance often reflects internal struggles or unresolved conflicts. Addressing these issues openly can help rekindle the flame or clarify whether the relationship has run its course. Initiate honest conversations about your feelings and listen to the other person's perspective. Explore whether the emotional gap can be bridged through effort and understanding. If indifference persists despite genuine attempts, it may be a sign to let go. Sign 12. Overwhelming guilt or obligation. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with heavy stones, each one labeled with an obligation imposed by the relationship. Over time, the weight becomes unbearable, leaving you exhausted and resentful. Relationships driven by guilt or obligation often stem from manipulation or imbalanced expectations. The Stoics teach us to act in accordance with reason and virtue, not out of guilt or coercion. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Recognizing undue guilt allows us to act authentically and prioritize our well-being. Identify the sources of guilt or obligation in the relationship. Ask yourself whether these feelings are justified or imposed. Practice setting boundaries and making decisions based on your values, not external pressures. A relationship rooted in guilt is unlikely to foster genuine connection. Conclusion. After pruning the overgrown branches, the tree finally breathes and reaches for the sun. Reevaluating relationships isn't about blame. It's about aligning your life with peace and virtue. The Stoics remind us that life is fleeting, and our time should be spent cultivating what truly matters. Letting go of relationships that no longer serve you creates space for growth, fulfillment, and harmony. Begin your journey by reflecting on these 12 signs and trust in your ability to choose inner peace over external chaos. The power of self-reflection in relationships. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of personal growth and a practice the Stoics held in high regard. Relationships often act as mirrors, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we may not readily notice. Through self-reflection, we can assess how our own behavior, values, and expectations contribute to the dynamics of our relationships. This practice is essential for fostering healthier connections and recognizing when it's time to let go. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This guidance extends to relationships. Envision the kind of connections you want in your life, and then align your actions accordingly. By understanding your role in both the harmony and discord of your relationships, you can make choices that support inner peace. Self-reflection also helps identify patterns that might repeat across different relationships. For instance, do you often find yourself drawn to people who dismiss your boundaries or deplete your energy? Recognizing these patterns allows you to break free from unhealthy cycles and prioritize connections that uplift and inspire. Another crucial aspect of self-reflection is examining whether your values align with your actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." In relationships, this means embodying the virtues you seek in others. When you live authentically and virtuously, you naturally attract relationships that reflect these qualities. Finally, self-reflection fosters gratitude. Even in challenging relationships, there are lessons to be learned and moments to appreciate. Gratitude shifts your perspective from focusing solely on flaws to recognizing the growth and wisdom gained through your connections. This balance helps you approach decisions about relationships with clarity and compassion. Incorporating regular self-reflection into your life creates a foundation of self-awareness and intentionality. It empowers you to evaluate relationships not from a place of judgment, but from a place of understanding. By aligning your relationships with your values and inner peace, you take a significant step toward living a fulfilling and harmonious life. Embracing solitude and independence. While much has been said about the role of relationships in achieving inner peace, an equally vital component is understanding and embracing solitude. The Stoics often championed the idea that true contentment arises from within, and that dependency on external relationships for happiness can be precarious. Marcus Aurelius aptly noted, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This is a call to nurture self-sufficiency and find solace in your own company. Solitude is not synonymous with loneliness. Loneliness implies a lack, while solitude represents fullness, an opportunity to connect deeply with yourself. It's a chance to recharge, reflect, and realign with your values without the distractions of external influences. By cultivating a healthy relationship with solitude, you build resilience and reduce the fear of being alone, which often underpins clinging to unhealthy relationships. Embracing solitude also allows for deeper self-awareness. Without the noise of external opinions or the pressures of social expectations, you can better hear your inner voice. This clarity is crucial for making decisions about which relationships serve your peace and which do not. Epictetus advised, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Solitude opens the door to learning about yourself in ways you might have overlooked. Moreover, independence strengthens your ability to set boundaries and assert your needs in relationships. When you know you can thrive on your own, you're less likely to tolerate disrespect or imbalance. This self-assuredness is empowering and often leads to more authentic and fulfilling connections with others. You engage from a place of strength rather than neediness. Finally, solitude nurtures creativity and self-expression. Many of history's great thinkers, including the Stoics, found their most profound insights in moments of solitude. It is in these quiet moments that you can dream, plan, and grow. Whether through journaling, meditating, or simply walking in nature, solitude offers a canvas for exploring the depths of your inner world. In conclusion, solitude is not the absence of relationships, but the presence of a profound connection with yourself. By embracing moments of solitude, you fortify your sense of self and create a solid foundation for healthier, more meaningful relationships. This balance between solitude and connection is the hallmark of a life aligned with Stoic wisdom and inner peace. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.